and welcome to After the Epilogue, a book podcast. From our yearly reading wrap-ups to our opinions on popular books, we cover everything and anything book related. So if you're a reader like us, make sure you stay tuned.
I'm Maddie.
And I'm Maya, and we are your hosts, and today we are discussing all things book design related. And today we are joined by the wonderful Yearbook Editor-in-Chief, Katie Gerbasich. Why are you qualified to discuss book design?
I'm a yearbook editor, and so I know design, and I read a lot of books.
Yeah. She's an icon.
Mm-hmm. What can I say?
Really an expert. So, the start of this whole discussion, do you believe that books should be judged by their covers?
100%. You know, when you are walking through Barnes & Noble and you're on the hunt, you're looking for that book cover. That's the first thing you see. And so you want that design to say, yes, open up this book and read me. Not, this kind of looks nasty, like, move on.
Book covers are like ads. They're trying to get you to buy them.
That's true. I saw someone on TikTok, like a famous author, I don't remember who, sorry, I took a weird pause. And so they were talking about how they're not allowed to have a big say on their book cover if they're going through a big publisher. So I was just thinking, well, I've been dissing all these authors for these terrible books, but it's not their fault at all.
Yeah.
That sucks.
My least favorite thing is when, the original cover will be eh. And then they'll come out with special editions. And then it's well, now I have to buy it.
Yeah.
Because this one's so pretty and I want it. But you win some, you lose some. And my wallet loses a lot. But my bookshelf takes massive dubs. So.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So what's your guys' favorite book cover?
You're all looking at me. I really love the They Both Die at the End cover because you can evaluate it. You see the little people, you know.
You see the little people.
You see the little people under the shadows, the Grim Reaper, and it's one of those moments where it's very obvious and you can see it, but you do have to actually look at it to realize it. And I just think it was a very clever way of incorporating the point of the book into the cover.
That's where we got our poster from.
Those are our two walking boys, except it's Maddie and I.
Two walking boys.
Boys, except two girls.
Yeah.
In high school. Okay.
We replicated the two walking boys, walking into their deaths.
They're walking
Wait, they die?
with death.
They
don't die at the end. No spoilers.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, it wasn't in the title.
Yeah.
We don't die yet.
Anyways.
What? That took a real dark turn.
What's your favorite book cover, Katie?
I really enjoyed the Percy Jackson covers, especially the series up there, because when you display it on your shelves, which, okay, shelf organization, critical.
Yes.
The way your bookshelves look, amazing. And so with that, you have the spines. And the spines, they all are continuous. But then when you lay out the covers, it makes an entire story. And you get to see Percy Jackson through his years across the books.
Yeah.
Did you get those in the box set, or did you buy them? Did they come with the poster?
Yep.
Because I got it for Christmas, and it came with a little poster, and that made me so happy.
You get the poster, and then you have the box still, and so I use it as a little book nook.
Oh.
And then it separates the things. Yeah.
Nice. Book design is so important, it creates memories. And then you get
That's
the
true.
poster, and then you hang it on your wall, and Percy Jackson is forever in your mind. And that is how he markets those books perfectly.
That is why they're so famous. Only
Because of the box set and poster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No other reason.
Yeah.
None.
No box set, no poster, no Percy Jackson TV show.
Exactly. Or movies.
Slippery slope right there.
Wow.
That's a fallacy.
What's your favorite book cover, Maddie?
Why would you do this to me? I don't know.
Fair question for
You're the
everybody.
one who originally asked the question.
Oh God. I
Pretty
guess I'll go with The Vow of Thieves just because I'm reading it right now. Just because it's so pretty.
Solid.
It's really pretty.
Yeah.
And the map.
Map.
Woo!
Moving on to maps.
We stand good book maps.
Yes.
These are pretty. I guess, well, I am on Book Talk, obviously. So, I've seen a lot of TikToks.
Go follow her.
Oh.
Plug.
I've seen a lot of TikToks about people making, like, book maps, and they just throw rice out of paper.
Yes.
And then I think that is so genius.
I want to do one of those.
There's that, and then there's an online AI generator where you can
Ooh.
literally build mountains, you can add trees, and you can, like, literally make a map.
That's
awesome.
so cool. Book maps just, like, put you into the world, and very key to world building.
I think my favorite thing is, like, seeing a place name I don't recognize and then going back to the map and being like, oh, they're here and then they're there. There's the little people over there. I don't know, it's fun.
It's like when you're in the zoo and it's like, you are here.
Yeah, exactly.
You are at chapter 40.
It'd be kind of cool to, like, draw out
Their
where
path.
everybody's going.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm going to make a map with a path.
You should.
With rice.
Book covers come in all different shapes and sizes.
Just like people.
Just like people.
They're so diverse.
Books and people get along, which is why don't judge a book by its cover is something people say about people. Because books are crucial to society. Anyway, there are lots of different types of book covers. We have cartoon covers, covers with real people, covers with no people that are purely design. And I think just the type and style of a book cover says a lot about a book itself. But what's your opinion on cartoon covers?
Okay. Opinion alert.
Oh no.
I like cartoon covers because, well, it depends on the cartoon cover. I think Love Hypothesis does it very well.
Yeah.
I think it just helps you visualize, and since it's not a real person, it doesn't, like, restrict your imagination. So if you imagine this person one way, and then you look at the cover, you can kind of mold that cartoon character into your imagination, rather than seeing a real person, and that's, like, definitive. There's no bending quality on that. So I like them, and I think if I see a romance book with a cartoon cover, I'm more likely to pick it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it, like, softens the story.
Yeah.
It makes
Yeah.
it more, like, cute. Yeah.
It's like you know what you're getting into most of the time when you
See,
pick up a cartoon cover.
Cartoon covers, like romance cartoon covers, they kind of have this, like, soft edge. You can kind of infer that it'll end happy. And
Yeah.
then there are those that are shirtless man covers, as we like to call them. And those, you know what you're getting into every time.
Can I go on a little anecdote about this?
Yes.
Please.
So I was at Barnes & Noble with my friend Lily, and we were looking for books, and she goes, oh, I really like books like these. And she points to Hush Hush, which is just a book with
Shirtless man cover.
shirtless man all over. And I was like, oh, that's been in my TBR for a while. I'm just too scared to buy it. And she's like, well, I'll support you. So I'm like, okay, fine. So we're walking around for 15 minutes until I build up enough confidence to go to the register of the book. And I go up there, and the lady looks at me, like, up and down. She looks at the book, and she starts laughing. She laughed at me, and I was so embarrassed. She was like this old woman, as they usually are, so she goes, and she smirks, and she starts laughing, and I've never felt, like, worse, and I'm never going to buy another shirtless man cover.
Well, it's experiences like those that are the
Yes.
reason, like, 50 Shades of Grey was, like, solely bought on, like, Kindles. Because who wants to buy that? Like, a physical copy of that. The fine print's an interesting one because the original copy, at least that I'm aware of, was a shirtless man cover or, like, guy in a suit cover. And then they came out with, like, these beautiful covers for the whole series, and it's one of the best designed books I have ever seen. So
There's yeah, I know of a lot of books on Kindle that'll start off with, like, if you buy them on Kindle, you buy the shirtless man cover.
Yes.
Oh,
But
yeah.
then if you go to Amazon to, like, order the paperback, then it's some, like, flowers
Yeah.
or
Yes.
something, you know, like, you could actually read.
it's low key, but
Yeah.
I find those so funny. And I think it's so funny because most of the shirtless man cover books are now having, like, those new designs so that people will actually read them in public, which I don't know, it's so human of us.
Yeah, very human of us. Speaking of shirtless man covers, they are real people. What is your opinion on real people on the covers?
Nice segue.
I guess we kind of already talked about it
was
with,
pretty
like, comparing it to cartoon.
Yeah, limiting your imagination.
Yeah.
Also, it's just kind of weird.
I do kind of like it when, like, you read, or you watch the movie, you watch the movie and then you read the book.
Yeah.
Because you already have,
Yes.
like, your idea of that character and it's in that human.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That person. But when you're reading the book, and they don't have, like, it doesn't fit the cast of the movie, then you get a little confused and yada, yada, yada.
Mm-hmm.
So they're...
Mm-hmm. And I think that's the thing with movies, too. Like, it solidifies your perspective of these characters that you've imagined. What is your opinion on dust jackets? And if there is a dust jacket, does the cover underneath it need to be, like, something special, too?
I think if it's your typical run-of-the-mill hardback, then maybe when you open it up, it doesn't have to have anything. But
Not
if it's
even
like
the title?
No, okay, you have to have the title and it's fine.
Okay.
But like, if it's like your special edition, then that's when you need to open it and there needs to be something like the foiling.
Yep.
Any other like special designs, like that needs to be there.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. And the thing about hardcovers and dust jackets is I'm a very strong believer that when you're reading a hardcover, you need to take the dust jacket off. Otherwise, you're going to get it crinkled, it's going to get ruined, blah, 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 blah. So if there's nothing on the cover and you're reading it with the dust jacket off and people are just like looking like, that's a blank book. I wonder what she's reading. I like sometimes for people to know what I'm reading. Okay?
Yeah.
Because it's a conversation starter. If I'm reading and someone goes, oh, I like that book. And now we're friends. Done.
Yeah,
Like, bim, bam,
real.
boom.
Real.
So there needs to at least be the title. And like you said, if it's a special edition, there's got to be something. Like, give me something. I didn't pay extra for nothing.
Exactly.
Literally. The special edition of Red, White, and Royal Blue has history, and then bet we could make some on the back. And it's in, like, this beautiful red foiling, and I think that does it really well for a special edition. All of Alice Oseman's, like, hardcover American editions, the title is on the front cover of the book, but it's, like, embedded into it, and it's not actually, like, printed onto it. And it's really hard to read, but I just thought that was an interesting choice I should share.
That is very interesting.
But the actual, the dust jacket cover is beautiful, and the characters are drawn onto it. Alice Oseman's a beautiful artist, so...
People are just very lacking on under the dust jacket covers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because there needs to be more of it.
Yes.
It's so boring. That's why I don't buy hardcovers, because what's the point? If you're going to have the dust jacket off when you're reading anyways, and personally for me, hardcovers are harder to read because, I don't know, something about, like, having that big, bulky thing, it doesn't fit in your hand as well. So just buy the hardback. You have the cover. It's usually prettier, in my opinion, unless it's a special edition. And they're easier to read.
Yeah. Real.
Okay, are you guys picky about, like if it's a romance, you want it in paperback over, like, a fantasy hardback?
Oh, I've never thought about that before.
Because I know, my entire romance section, all paperback.
Really?
Yes, I will not buy a hardback paperback. Like, why?
Hardback
Why
paperback.
do you want to read a soft romance and have to deal with a hardback? Like, it doesn't make sense to me. But then, like, if I'm reading a strong fantasy, like, mystery thriller, then, like, I need that hardback to, like, solidify.
I kind of understand.
Like,
Yeah. I think it's the attitude of the books. You know? Because, like, a soft romance, you want the soft, like, floppy cover, soft book. Whereas, like, fantasy, they're, like, strong and
No, I understand.
thought out.
I've never personally, because, like I said, I only read paperbacks if I can. But if it's, like, special edition or they're not out in paperback yet, I'll buy the hardcover. But I've never thought about, like, but now that I think about it, I have all my romances in paperback too. Besides maybe like Little Woman, but that's like a classic.
Yeah. I like paperback to annotate because I don't feel they're as, like, nice and expensive, and so I don't feel bad, like, marking them up. So that's the main, like, that'd be the only distinction I would probably make. But,
I see.
Yeah. So some other design aspects of books. Do you have a specific, like, niche design aspect for books?
The first two cubbies of my bookshelf, my voice. The first two cubbies of my bookshelf, my voice keeps cracking, I'm so sorry. They're all the same height, every single book. It's like the original, I think it's 9 by 11, or that's paper. I don't know. They're all like the
really
basic book height, you know, like Love Hypothesis height. I love that height. That's my favorite height ever because it's most books are that height. And then you get down and then you go, woo. And it makes me so mad, especially the little tiny books.
I don't think all books should be the same height. But Alice Oseman makes all of her American editions are the same height, all of her British editions, and I like my little Alice Oseman collection being the same height. But classics have so much variation in how they are printed, because you'll get, like, those really tiny, like, Catcher in the Rye, Mice and Men,
like the pocket editions.
Yes, and then there will be these huge, like, copies of, like, Little Women.
War
and
and
like,
Peace.
Yeah, and they're just tall books, and I'm like, why would I need it this tall, ever? I can't carry that around. Anyway.
So, but it sounds like you're agreeing with me here.
I think to an extent.
I think there shouldn't be I don't think there should be, I think there needs to be some variation. Like, there shouldn't be a standard, but
there should definitely be a standard.
There shouldn't be radical sizes.
Okay.
Legislation to
I was like,
regulate book height.
Yeah.
There definitely should be a standard. And then maybe if you're making a special edition, make it a little taller. Okay? But no smaller books. I hate small books.
I like how the special edition is like half an inch.
Half an
Small,
inch
medium,
taller.
large.
Yes! Every single book in a small, medium, and large, and then I'll be happy.
And then libraries have to be organized by size.
Oh my gosh, if you want a medium book, you go to the medium library.
The medium library? There's 3 libraries right next to each other.
There's 3 libraries. Tall people go to the large library.
Now we're discriminating.
They have bigger hands. No. This is utilitarian.
What if an author can only afford to print in small size?
Well, then they shouldn't afford to print at all.
They have to be inclusive.
Yes, of all body types. Because tall people need bigger books for their hands, and short people need smaller books to hold them in their hands.
That's a choice.
You don't want to hold your book in your hands?
I prefer to hold it in my toes.
I have small hands, but, like, I can hold most books.
Wait, let me just...
Okay, you have long hands. Katie and I
need some large books.
Katie and I would be at, like, the medium small library, and they'd be at the tall library.
Oh my god.
What is your opinion on, like, sprayed edges?
I like them.
Like, all of them?
Every single one. I want to mandate sprayed edges.
There's the small library, the medium library, the large library, and the sprayed edges library.
The house 20th, the 20th anniversary editions, house editions of Harry Potter.
There it is!
We had a bet going on how long it would take me to talk about Harry Potter.
20 minutes! 25 minutes!
That was going to be my guess, but I didn't get a guess.
Anyways.
The 20th anniversary edition of Harry Potter, the house editions, they have sprayed edges, and it's like the stripes of the house colors, and I think they did it well. The Barnes & Noble exclusive edition of The Song of Achilles, the color of the sprayed edge does not match the cover of the book, but it's still a blue, and I hate it. Movie covers, opinion, hate, love.
I really like the Maze Runner one.
Yeah.
That was valid.
Mm-hmm. Why?
because it doesn't have, like, real people on it, and it's more of just the set design, and the set design goes so crazy. It's so nice. But the other ones with, like, real people on them, like, I don't like them as much.
Mm-hmm.
I'll buy the poster. I won't buy the movie cover book.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
No, I genuinely was thinking about it because, like, okay, maybe I won't hang the poster in my room. Like, my poster days are kind of over, but, like, I would prefer that over the original cover of the book that I've known for however long.
Yeah.
I have so many movie posters hung up in my room, so you just called me out.
I'm sorry.
Like, above my bed, there's the Pride and Prejudice poster, and the
yeah.
Little Women poster, and then I have a Star Wars poster.
I can respect that. It's just, at this point, I'm so used to having my walls, like, bare, that if I see anything on it, then I'm like...
We are in different clothes because it is a different day. The camera, we are having many technical issues. So, thanks for being patient with us.
Anyways.
You should thank us for being patient with the camera.
Yeah, because I'm about to stomp on that thing.
Yes.
But I would never do that. I would never harm school property.
Anyways.
Book covers. Movies on books covers. What do you guys think?
Movie covers for books.
Opinions?
First off, it just kind of makes me uncomfortable in general to see live people on the cover. And then sometimes it ruins the original cover if it's good. Like, even the Summer I Turned Pretty one, like, she doesn't need to be on the cover. Only sometimes acceptable if the actors are hot. And then I don't mind it as much.
As long as they're not shirtless. Then
That
I'm okay.
too.
Yes.
Yes.
Honestly, valid, yeah.
Yeah. And if Red, White, and Royal Blue comes out with a movie cover, I will be buying it, but I will not be liking it.
I will probably, same. I will probably buy it. I will probably not put it on my shelf.
Oh, I would put it on my shelf.
I wouldn't put it on my shelf. I don't have much shelf space, so.
I'd buy a new shelf.
Just for it?
Just to put that one book.
Facing forward so you see the actors. That would have to happen. So Maddie has one lone shelf.
It's going to have one shelf, and then there's just going to be every single movie cover on it.
That's so great. Honestly, you should do it.
No. Too much money. Anyways.
Real.
What do you guys think about end covers? Like the Red, White, and Royal Blue one with the fan art on the front and the back.
See, that's the way to do it. Honestly, favorite thing ever was the end covers to Red, White, and Royal Blue. I'll try to put up pictures. We'll see if it happens. I think end covers can be used really well for maps we've talked about earlier. Great way to implement that. Just don't make them boring. I think that's my 2 cents.
I would pay extra money to have a design.
Yeah. Literally.
It's just like wasted space if you don't use anything. It's like you have a blank page, put something on it.
Yeah. Because they have to be there. Like,
Exactly.
you're going to have an end cover. So yeah.
It's like after the dedication, you flip the page and it's just a blank page, and then you flip the page and then it's like the title a second time, and then you flip the page and it's the title but it's smaller, and then you flip the page and then it starts, like, what's the point of having those? Just add the map.
Speaking about pages at the beginning of books, do you think a table of contents is necessary?
I think they're useful, but not necessary. I think they can spoil the story. I'm talking about chapter titles here. Chapter titles on the table of contents.
Yeah.
But I do think that if you're rereading, it's easier to find what you're looking for.
Yes.
Valid. I think in the case with, like, Percy Jackson specifically, like, those chapter titles are just funny and, like, they don't spoil plots in the book, and so it's just, like, an interesting way to kind of keep you reading.
I agree. I think when done well, it's very useful, especially for rereading and going back to it. Yeah. Do you think, what is your opinion on, like, deceiving the readers through covers? I think one example of Lessons in Chemistry, a lot of people have said, like, the American cover makes it look like a romance, whereas it's not a romance. Do you have an opinion?
I thought that book was a romance. I've never read it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So if you bought it, would you be like,
I would be
why?
upset if there was not any romance in it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the people on TikTok who advertise these books with, like, super deep meanings as romance books.
Cruel Prince.
Which, yes, I love those books and I love subplot romance, but you shouldn't be telling people to buy it for the romance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's an author on TikTok who, she has this separate version of her books. It's called, like, the Discreet series.
Oh,
and
I've seen that.
they're colored by, like,
Yes.
the depth and, like, darkness of the book, so you know what you're getting into. If you give the maroon color, that's a mafia kidnapping romance. If you're getting if you're getting the light pink one, like, that's a small town, like,
Yes. I saw that. I thought that was
story.
cool. I
Yeah,
thought
me
it looked
too.
so nice on the
Me and my
bookshelf.
best friend are getting each other sets for our birthdays.
That's so
The Discreet
fun.
sets?
Not the entire set.
Oh,
We're each
just
picking like a separate series for each other.
Ooh,
That's so
so cool. I feel like if I had them on my shelf, it would be like the white ones and then maybe like 1 or 2 dark ones. But I cannot get into like those taboo books where it's like, I'm gonna punch you and kick you and you're gonna love me. And then she's like, okay. Yeah, that's not healthy.
Yeah. I think the bane of all book buyers' experience is stickers on the covers.
Yeah.
That don't come off. Or just you come off, they come off and then you rip the book.
Those are terrible, and if you're going to add a sticker, add a plastic cover over the book. I saw this at Barnes & Noble.
Yes.
We saw this at Barnes & Noble. And then add the sticker on top.
Yes. Because then you can remove it together. Also, like, if I am buying a book, do not have a book talk sticker on. That's probably why I'm buying the book.
Yeah.
If it is a major motion picture, probably because I saw the motion picture. Like, that's why I'm buying it.
Yeah.
Also, if you have a movie cover, and then on top of that, say major motion picture, like,
What are you
I don't
doing?
know.
Presented by Netflix. Major motion picture.
Like, a lot of the time they are genuinely redundant, and, like, that's probably where I know it.
Yeah.
That's probably why I'm buying it.
It's not like we live in the dark ages where you can't just, like, do a quick Google and find this stuff out.
Hey.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Anyway, any other final words?
I'm pretty wrapped up.
I think so.
Woo! Thanks for listening to this episode of After the Epilogue. Check out After Epilogue MM on Twitter and After the Epilogue podcast on Instagram. Also, check out Maddie's Twitter. They'll all be typed out.
Maddie's Twitter.
Maddie's TikTok. They'll all be typed out. Yeah, those are where we're going to post updates. When new episodes are out, we'll drop the links and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, thank you for watching. After the Epilogue is hosted and produced by Madeline Glenn and Maya Ortiz, and we were joined today by Katie Gerbasich.
Woo!
Thank
Bye-bye.
you!